Two cricket dogs.
Hey, how's it going, collectors? Today we got a special treat. I have a custom quarter scale old King Thor. I have been waiting on forever. It was lost at sea, and I have been waiting on this for a while. Thor, of course, is one of two of my favorite characters, Thor and Black Panther. So this is gonna be a good one, man. So let's just hurry up and get to it because I know all 13 of my subscribers can't wait. Let's do it. All right, here we got the first box. You got the sculpted cape with the snow effect. That looks real good. Textures are really nice on that. Worn and torn. Got to remember this this version of Thor's probably been wearing this cape for 100,000 years. So it's all beat up and he ain't letting it go. It's pretty nice. And then we got the first sculpt, which is my favorite. And this is him with the traditional Thor helmet. That helmet is battered. A lot of nice detail in that helmet. It's got his patch for his eye, the hair on the beard, and the other hair is sculpted really nice. Looks good. That's the one I already know I'm going to use to display. And here we have another one. Another old Thor with the Snoop Dogg cornrows. The detail in that hair is amazing. I know that took forever to paint. That looks really good. Got the braided beard like he did in Endgame. Doesn't have a patch. He has a scar on the eye, over his eye there. That looks good. And then we have another one, which is basically like the first one without the helmet. Patch over the eye. A lot of attention to detail. The skin tone looks good. I've seen some people on certain Facebook groups repainting it. I like it the way it is. It's cool. I don't know where I got that from. Oh, right here. Then you have this version, which is a younger Thor with the short haircut. That looks good. This version looks to be from the Unworthy Thor comic run when he couldn't lift Mjolnir anymore. That looks nice. And then we have the big base. Let's see if I can get that out of there. And that is cool. If you look, there's a little Easter egg there. There's Dr. Doom's face mask. Nice snow effect on it. That's where it keys in there. Foot goes on the other side. Looks really good. I'm assuming with the snow effect that it's based out of Jotunheim, which is the land of the frost giants that you saw in the original Thor. And there's more giants in Jotunheim than just the frost giants. And just a little info, Odin's mother was actually a giantess. So Bor and Odin's mother got married, and Odin's mother was a giantess, which makes Odin half giant, which makes Thor 1/4 giant. Let's check out the next box. All right, here we got the second box with another sculpt. So I believe there's a total of 5 different sculpts you can use. This is a young Thor or modern Thor. And actually this looks like Thor before he was actually worthy, when he was using Yarnbjorn because he couldn't lift Mjolnir yet. And he had a fight with Apocalypse, and Apocalypse pretty much whipped his butt. And so he went back to Asgard, and Loki helped put a spell on Yarnborn that would allow it to cut through celestial armor. And that's how he went back and defeated Apocalypse. Let's take a look at Yarnborn. Looks good. His hand sculpted on. It's got the Asgardian rune text on it. There's actually an online alphabet where you can break down what all that stuff says. All these runes in blue. Looks good. The wood texture looks good. There's some indentions in the wood to make it look more realistic. Looks nice. I think this is just a piece if you don't want to pose him with the cape, which I will be posing him with the cape. This is the Odin sword with more Asgardian rune text on it. Got some indentions in it where he's been beaten something. That looks good. The texture on the hand looks good. Remember, this is at least 100,000-year-old hand, because at this point, Thor is the only person left on Earth. Loki killed everybody. And the last piece we got here is his right hand, which is the Destroyer armor hand, because Malekith cut Thor's arm off. And here we have Mjolnir with the inscription that everybody knows. And that looks great. The texture on that looks like real metal. Feels like real metal, which is really nice. Got some good weight on it too. Very cool. Let's put this bad boy together. All right, we already got the base set up. Let's put his body on first. Gotta always be careful pulling this stuff out. It's got styrofoam shoved up his balls. Get that out. All right, this thing's big. All right. Body. Man, that looks good. I love the runes and the Nordic Asgardian text and scripture all over his suit. I'll get some real good close-ups of that later on. Let's put the Destroyer arm and Mjolnir on. Nice. So I think gotta put the cape on first. Let's see here. So this is a tricky cape. It's not your traditional sit on the shoulders cape. Part sits on the shoulder and the other part wraps around, kind of around the ribs. Asgardian weirdo stuff. All right, there that goes. And that is cool. So one thing I really like is that, let's go with the Odin sword first. And this is cool because he's in here and it literally sits on his shoulder. So one thing I really noticed that I liked is with the younger portrait of Thor, when you put it in, I like the attention to detail that the cape is blowing this way and cape is blowing this way and his hair is blowing that way too. I really like that. That looks good. Young Thor, Odin sword. Now again, if this is the young Thor, he would not be worthy yet of Mjolnir, and he would be wielding Yarnbjorn, and he would be somewhere getting drunk and laying around with about 5 women at the same time. This Thor is a beast. And that looks great too. So let's go with a different sculpt. Move this box out of the way. And let's go with this sculpt. I love all the sculpt options. That's cool too. That looks great. It's like a old pirate Thor. Let's try OG Thor with the braided beard. Oh man, I like that one. I love how that beard sits down, braided beard sits down past his chest. Very cool. The runes on the back of the armor are awesome. And he's even got a Megging Dord, Thor's magic belt that increases his strength twofold. So he becomes twice as strong with Megging Dord. I'm not Scandinavian, so I don't know if I said that right. I'm not Icelandic. This is cool. Looks like he has some dents and knocks all over his armor. A really cool Jason Aaron run was when this Thor fought Galactus. Galactus came to consume the Earth. Nobody else was there except Thor. They had a big battle. Galactus was getting the upper hand, of course, because he's Galactus. And a really funny scene is where Thor goes to hit him. Galactus punches Thor through the Earth, out the other side of the Earth, into the moon, and shatters the moon. And all Thor says is, "Bastard just punched me through the Earth into the moon," like it wasn't nothing. And then they went back to fighting. And Thor eventually had to go get the all-black Necro sword, and that's how he ended up beating Galactus. And then he gifted Galactus at the end of the comic the Necro sword, and I think they called him the Butcherer of Worlds or something after that. And then they never carried on with that storyline. I would have loved to see Galactus with the all-black Necro sword. So let's try the young hipster Thor, which looks to be the unworthy Thor, which means he wouldn't have this, but he still looks cool. And then let's go with my favorite, traditional old King Thor with the helmet, which is what I will be posing him with. And that is badass. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. I have a custom Gore the God Butcher that I'll be posing next to him when that comes in. And this guy has fought Gore the God Butcher for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And Gore's been pretty much getting the upper hand on him. But this is an awesome piece. I'm real happy with it. So I'll get you guys some close-ups. right, so that's gonna do it. I am very happy with this piece. I want to give a shout out to Paolo Lopes, who is the sculptor of this beautiful piece, and I'll put a link to his Instagram in the description of the video. You can check out his other artwork. He's great. Otherwise, man, I really like it. I'm gonna be posing it with this King Thor variant, issue 1, right up here. And then Gore will go on the other side. They should look great together. But thanks for stopping by and checking out my stuff, man. We'll get some more content out ASAP. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Keep collecting and I'll do the same. Peace.